What's up, everybody? I'm here to show you how to retake the back more appropriately than you probably ever learned. I'm just talking shit. I just think that I'm gonna teach you a high-level detail way of taking the back. Again, if you like the techniques, the more I get subscribers, the more I will drop. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you like any of the stuff you have here, my instructionals are made the same way, even more detailed. Okay, and those are always available at BJJ Fanatics. So now we're gonna take a look at taking the back. Okay, retaking the back. Okay, so we already have the back. We've established the back, but he's really good at getting out, and we're going to dictate where it goes. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at the back. Okay, so I'm inside with my hooks. I have a nice seatbelt. The only thing I will make a different notice is everyone messes up and does a very deep seatbelt. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep a shallow seatbelt all the way by his collarbone, and just for the purposes of that, this helps him 1,000-fold, and this doesn't help him as much. Okay, so now we'll go here. I'm pinching, and my forearm's going to go on his collarbone. My chin's going to be on top of his neck, and my head into his temple. Now, when we're here in this motion, what it does is that the shallow seatbelt lets me base on my right side, on my choking hand side, so that if he starts to take this out, he either gets out or I can proactively push him. Right? Proactively means like I would extend my bottom leg like a log straight on the mat. So if you see it here from this other angle, right? My leg is stuck right now. If I wanted to retake it or I wanted to force him, I would just pop it out, right? And then as I popped it out, I'm on my elbow and I put my chest pressure on him. It's always better to keep your foot to the hip line, okay? But it's okay if it goes inside. So we catch here, nice and tight. One thing to note is my shin, right, that was on the floor that extended is gonna come all the way up to my elbow. And right now I'm talking, but I'd be really tight, okay? And then we're gonna sit him back up. But when I sit him back up, I'm gonna pull him to my butt cheek without space. So I'm gonna sit him up and then throw the hook back in. Now, super important detail here, okay, is when he goes to the side of the underhook, which is more importantly what's gonna happen, okay? My head should still be here. My seatbelt will now go from shallow all the way deep, pulling in. Why? Because I want my elbow to be able to post on the ground, okay? So I want my base arm to go on the ground. If I don't, he'll get up. I want to go here, my chin here. Now my head and my elbow is going to be my base as he goes over. And the same thing applies. My leg will fall to the mat if I need to. Most of the time, I'll proactively do it because I can feel him about to escape. But sometimes he does it on his own, okay? Now, I get to here, I'm on my elbow. So if you see this angle over here, I'm on my elbow. My knee comes up, and I'm pulling him into me, and then I can sit him back up, and then this is important. The seatbelt goes back to being shallow. So I go one side, right? He takes it out, I pop him over, I get up, my chest pressure's on his back. Okay, he feels like he's gonna face plant the floor, and then I will sit him back up, catch. He goes other side. The minute I feel it go, I catch. Through. Sit him up, there we go. So every time I switch, shallow or armpit. When I go to armpit, this is the most time people lose it. I want to pull that to me as much as I can, tight, because I want to control the shoulder as my elbow goes to the ground and my head goes to the ground, right? Here's going to be the easiest one because this is already established, okay? Now, when he takes this off, again, I can push him and help him, or I can just let him go over. The foot goes onto his hip line. I pressure, but the real thing is that I put my chest pressure on his back so he faces the ground, and then my knee comes up and I stay nice and tight. When I sit him up, I don't do this. I sit him up to my left, to my butt cheek, seated, then catch, right? Now, when he goes to the other side, the minute he goes one, I go pulling, tension, chin on it. He goes out, pressure, up, and then again. What you're looking at is being able to control this side a little bit more base. If it was the gi, I'd already be able to do a collar choke. And then when he goes to shift to the underhook side, I'm able to shift my seatbelt, keep my base arm, and my head is base, so that I'm able to retake the back easy versus just like struggling to take the back or making space. Key things: my chest has to be chest to back. When he goes to one side, regardless of whatever side it is, my chest needs to drive into his back so that he faces the ground, so he feels like he can't do anything. Okay, that he should be feeling like he's gonna face plant. Okay, so, and this is the way we can do this drill. I go here, I get a seatbelt, shallow seatbelt by the collarbone. My other hand defends it. Okay, now when I'm here, I pull it in nice and tight. My forearm goes on his collarbone, downward. I'm on here. He goes to pull one out. I follow him. Pressure down to the mat. I get to here. I sit him up. Once I sit him up, my feet come back in first, and I come up seated. Then he takes the other one out. I transfer it, pull it, let him go. Up, up. Sit him up. Back to the middle. And this is a small little drill you can do to get re-attack the back. Okay, so practicing taking the back, regaining the back after you've established it, but doing it the correct way so you don't have to do it 1,000 times. I wouldn't want to do this 1,000 times. I would want to do it once or twice, but it's a good way to practice. Get a seatbelt, throw it on, throw your hooks in, shallow seatbelt, tension, chin on it. He goes to go. When they go over, I'm here, sprawl, put belly down, shin comes up, sit, hooks. He goes other side, shift, pull. My elbow can base now. He's over this leg, through, up, through, catch, and then transfer the seatbelt back to being shallow. If you follow these details, I promise you, you will regain the back a lot more, and you'll be able to control him a lot more.